Hello and welcome back to On Base. I'm Ethan Brander.
And I'm Lucy Friedl.
And today we're going to be talking about the recent Yankees cheating scandal.
In the 2017 season and beyond, the Houston Astros had their infamous sign stealing scandal where they were using instant replay, a trash can, and buzzers attached to their bodies to steal signs from opposing players, cheating their way to a World Series title. Now, the Yankees, who were main complainers about this scandal, have a scandal of their own. Ethan, can you tell us more?
Yeah, Lucy. So what it looks like the Yankees were doing was that they were using instant replay to figure out opposing team signs and relaying this to batters, which was not explicitly illegal at the time. But what was illegal was the Yankees were using the dugout phone to communicate with someone who's in the replay booth to instantaneously communicate real-time information about team sign sequences. That was relayed to the coaches and then to the batters. This comes after the Yankees complained about the Red Sox using electronic equipment, such as a smartwatch, to do exactly what they were doing.
Furthermore, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred allegedly sat on this information for 6 years. The only reason it's coming out now is the United States Court of Appeals rejected the Yankees' attempt to keep the letter containing this information hidden. So, Ethan, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think this is bigger than the Yankees. This is bigger than the Astros. This affects the integrity of baseball as a whole. The fact that the Yankees got away with this and the Astros didn't, because the Astros were jumped on immediately after this information came out in 2017. But the Yankees, nothing happened to them. In fact, the commissioner even sat on this information and let it go on.
And that's what is insane to me, is that he's the guy at the very top of all this. He's the guy who runs baseball. And he's the one who kept this information hidden for 6 years. It's the fact that it was 6 years of this.
Yeah, this doesn't happen in other sports. You don't see Roger Goodell in the NFL sitting on information. A very similar scandal to this happened to the Patriots, who are the NFL's golden child, when they were with the Spygate scandals, where they were looking at film from teams' practices and then using that in games to know exactly what they were going to do. And what happened? The Patriots were immediately hit with fines and suspensions. Why did the Yankees get away with this?
And it's not even just that. It's the fact that there are smaller market teams like, I don't know, the Oakland Athletics or anyone else who isn't like the Dodgers or the Red Sox. It's the fact that they don't do anything. They don't have these scandals breathing down their necks, and they get punished for it too. It's not just going to be punishment for the Yankees. Like, this tarnishes all of baseball.
Yeah, and like the steroid era with baseball, I don't want to call it fun cheating, but it made baseball more interesting. This does not. This makes baseball look rigged. And it's really hard to argue with it being rigged when some teams are allowed to do stuff and other teams aren't. It's just not good.
No, it's not. And it really makes it hard to be a fan of this sport because I love baseball. It's the sport that I look forward to every year. And it makes it so hard to be a baseball fan when these secrets are being hidden from fans and from other teams. Like, I'm sure this is a devastating blow for any team who faced the Yankees in 2015 and 2016. Just the fact that they could have won. They never know if they could have beaten the Yankees in that time.
Yeah, and it's really going to be interesting to see fan and media and teams backlash towards Rob Manfred. He's already on thin ice after the recent MLB lockout, and information like this where he sat on cheating, knowledge of blatant cheating for years, is just not going to look good for him. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but Theo Epstein is breathing down his neck to take his job.
And there's another key player to this, is Carlos Beltran. He was on both the Yankees team during this scandal and the Astros team during their cheating scandal. I mean, he was going for a Hall of Fame career. He had a Hall of Fame career, and now who knows what's going to happen now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're not people that are voting for him to make it to the Hall of Fame, but it definitely does not look good for his case.
No, it really doesn't.
Thank you for tuning in to On Base. I'm Ethan Brander.
I'm Lucy Friedl.
Tune in next week for us to break down more MLB breaking news. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.